Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It's your guy, Boulan Shay. Do me a quick favor, hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell as we get started. Today, in this video, we're going to talk about something that has me a little bit nervous. Let's go. So, you guys know I came out last night and just telling you guys that the Baltimore Ravens could catch two fish with one hook. And I was specifically talking about all the rumors surrounding DeAndre Hopkins and a Baltimore Raven acquisition of said receiver. Okay. And my video was about, if they landed Hopkins, they also have the potential to land Lamar Jackson, right? Because all the things would be in place that he supposedly requested, to get DeAndre Hopkins and Odell Beckham, right? And so a report on Sports Illustrated came out between last night and this morning that spoke about the 49ers having contacted the Baltimore Ravens inquiring about a Lamar Jackson trade. Now, of course, we know that that trade did not go down, but it's also not draft night, right? It also was not draft night. Let me say it that way. Tonight is. And so what has me a little nervous is this is the same 49ers team that says they had no interest per John Lynch earlier this week, right? So what that lets me know is that there was a smokescreen happening. And we understand that this happens, but what increases my concern is that what other smokescreens exist? See, what other teams have said that they were out, but they've really been in? What other teams have come out publicly and said, we have no interest, but they really are interested, right? And and although these things may be happening rumor wise, until something happens, nothing happens, right? And so although the DeAndre Hopkins deal may be close, but it's still not done. Although that may lure Lamar Jackson back to Baltimore, it's still not done. And my fear is that if the right deal comes across the table before all these deals are closed, all bets could be off. You see, because as of late, over the last 48 hours, we've heard the Houston Texans name mentioned repeatedly in Lamar Jackson conversations. Now, I remember telling you guys earlier this week that we would hear a lot of Lamar Jackson buzz as draft day approaches, and we have certainly heard that. And in one article that I read, it was an article that spoke about Houston trading for Lamar Jackson straight up for the number 2 overall pick. Now, I don't think the number 2 overall pick alone gets it done, but I do think the number 2 overall pick and some lesser included late round picks could get it done. You see, because if the DeAndre Hopkins deal isn't done and the Lamar Jackson signature isn't signed on a contract, all opportunities are still on the table. And if Houston pitches the right kind of deal, which includes that number 2 overall pick, I think there's a 75% plus chance that the Baltimore Ravens could listen. Now, listening doesn't mean they trade him, but I do think any trade, including the number 2 overall pick, catches the Baltimore Ravens' attention. That's what has my nervousness up. You see, because I think we're so close. And you guys know that we've been close to stuff before and it kind of fell through. And so we're so close, but still so far away until a deal gets done. You follow what I'm saying? And so you guys know that as time shortens and uh, time becomes more essential and decisions become um, more of a have to, right? See, when you're closer to picking, you have to make a decision. You see, when if the trade if the draft gets down to number 10 and we don't hear no news, and then number 15 squeaks by and we don't hear any news coming out of Baltimore, and we get to 20 and we don't hear any news coming out of Baltimore, That makes me a little nervous. But in order to include that number 2 overall pick, something would have to happen early on tonight. And so my hope is that we close some of these deals and button up some business so that we put the nail in the coffin of a Lamar Jackson trade and put that thing away for good. That we can lock up our Pro Bowl quarterback. We can bring in him another legitimate weapon in DeAndre Hopkins. And then when we turn to the draft, now we can do business as usual. But I must admit, these new articles, these new rumors, they do have me nervous. Still super excited about the news. Still believe that there's a high potential that they do something with DeAndre Hopkins. I still believe that if they net DeAndre Hopkins, they also net Lamar Jackson. But until something happens, nothing happens. So that's my take, man. Let me know what you guys want me to know, man. Let me know what you guys have heard. Let me know if you guys have heard any additional rumors. Some of you live locally in Baltimore. You guys are going to hear something quicker than maybe the national news. I live way down here in Carolina. And so I have to get mine off of the internet, whether it's Twitter or ESPN or whatever. So if you guys are hearing something at a more local level, by all means, shout it out in the comment section, and we'll be sure to get on it. I'm your guy Boulanger. This is the GM, and I'm out.